What's up, YouTube Wrestling Universe? Guys, another wrestling weekend is upon us from Toronto, Canada. ROH, NXT, and WWE all back-to-back, night for night, all weekend long. Let's break it down. On Sunday, August the 11th, at 7 p.m., we had WWE Summerslam. On 205 Live, it was announced that Drew Gulak would defend the Cruiserweight Championship against Oney Lorcan. I assume this will be one of the matches on the pre-show. Oney Lorcan won a championship match in the six-man match on 205 Live this past week, so there's no real feud going on. I predicted Drew Gulak will retain, but this should be a decent match. The pre-show will begin 1 hour before the actual show. In the match just announced on Monday Night Raw, we have Dolph Ziggler versus Goldberg. I think it's obvious that Goldberg will squash Dolph Ziggler to save face from the horrible match at the Super Showdown. I just hope that it's a safe match and Goldberg doesn't kill Dolph Ziggler. I'm not disappointed this isn't against The Miz. SummerSlam already has enough matches to fill the card. Becky Lynch versus Natalya in a submission match for the Raw Women's Championship. I honestly feel like it's time for Natalya to become the champion, and why not do it in Canada with a sharpshooter? I don't see Becky tapping, but instead WWE should just have her pass out. We have Trish Stratus versus Charlotte in another match I'm actually looking forward to seeing. I think Charlotte will probably win this one with the win over Trish, giving her more credibility. At this point, while I would want Trish to win, it's best for business if Charlotte gets to win. For the United States Championship, AJ Styles versus Ricochet. This is probably one of the matches I care least about. Either way, I believe this feud will continue. I would say that AJ Styles retains simply because of the OC. I would mention it being too soon for him to lose the championship. However, I said the same thing about Ricochet before he lost it. We have Finn Balor versus The Fiend Bray Wyatt. Even though we've seen this match before, it seems refreshed. I think The Fiend will win, but I'm curious how different a Fiend match is from a normal Bray Wyatt match. We have Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon, and if Owens loses, he quits. I'm hoping that on SmackDown, Shane will also add to the stipulation of quitting. I think it's safe to say Kevin Owens won't be leaving, and for that reason, Kevin Owens for the win. Kofi Kingston versus Randy Orton for the WWE Championship. I feel like this will be the last big win for Kofi before he loses the championship. Kofi still needs to prove that his win wasn't a fluke, but at the same time, he can't remain champion forever. Kofi Kingston to retain. We have Bayley versus Ember Moon for the Smackdown Women's Championship, and this is one of the matches I'm not sure how I want to predict. I will go with Bayley to retain, however, there will be some type of shenanigans. For fun, let's just say that Ember Moon turns heel and becomes the women's champion with the help of a returning Sasha Banks. I also think it's possible WWE will have Becky and Bayley both retain to help keep the push of the 4 horsewomen in the new WWE 2K20 game, even though I hope that's not the case. In the last match for the Universal Championship, we have Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins, and I predict Brock Lesnar to retain. I honestly don't care with this match. However, I don't want Seth as champion again, and Brock Lesnar is such a hard worker, he deserves it. On a side note, is anyone else more afraid of Becky Lynch than they are of Seth Rollins? I'm also interested in the Roman Reigns storyline. On SmackDown, they did have Buddy Murphy saying that Rowan was at the scene of the crime with Roman Reigns. However, Daniel Bryan wasn't there. I don't think this will be the end of the story. I honestly don't think that Rowan will be the one when the mystery is solved. I think this will play out more during the actual SummerSlam card and may or may not lead to a match in the same night. Guys, that's the card for WWE Summerslam. Let me know what shows you will be watching this weekend and what matches you're looking forward to. I'll be back with a review of all 3 shows, so stay tuned and enjoy whichever show you decide to watch. Thank you for being here.